pendulum climb. Hey, here it goes now. Going to the top, show you what we got. We're gonna fight, fight, we're gonna fight, fight. Going to the top, never gonna stop. We're gonna fight, fight, we're gonna fight, fight. Going to the top.
Olympic and Paralympic dreams being realized right now at the Toronto Pan Am Sports Centre. Hi again, everyone. Welcome back inside. Devin Heroux alongside Brittany, MacLean, who knows about this moment.
And I have goosebumps. You know, we're watching the team be announced right behind us, literally. The crowd's going to be roaring on and off throughout this show, so bear with us. I mean, talk about excitement. This is when their dreams become a reality. Until Sunday night when it's official, you know, there's so many different tiers of qualification. There's so many different conversations that need to be had. But today, it is official. They're going to the Olympics and Paralympic Games.
Let's get to the list. 29 Canadian swimmers are representing this country at the Olympics in Paris. Let's start on the women's side. Brittany, we have the list right here. So we are reading it live right here.
Yeah.
And here is a list on the women's side.
Yeah, so we have Sophie Angus, Julie Brasseau, Brooklyn Douthright, Emma Finland, who will be competing in the open water, Mary Sophie Harvey, Ella Jansen, Maggie McNeil, Kylie Moss, Summer McIntosh, Emma Cronin, Penny Alexiak, Sydney Pickram, Regan Rathwell, Taylor Ruck, Rebecca Smith, Ingrid Wilm, and Kelsey Wong.
So that is your Canadian women's Olympic swim team heading to Paris. Brittany, MacLean, it has been the women, including yourself, leading the way for so many years. This is a powerhouse squad.
It is, and when you qualify for this Olympic team, there is now a new expectation set on you. It isn't just that you're going to the games. It is going to the games to be able to final, going to the games to be able to potentially fight for a spot on the podium. These women are fierce and they're ready to fight this summer.
On the men's side, listen, they have been knocking on the door.
They
have been trying to build this program for years, and now they've arrived, and now we are ready to introduce you to the men's team heading to Paris. Britt, you do the honors.
Okay, we have Javier Acevedo, Alex Axon, Jeremy Bagshaw, Apollo Hess, Patrick Hussey, Tristan Yankovitz, Ilya Haroun, Yuri Kissel, Finley Knox, Josh Liendo, Blake Tierney, and Lauren Wigington.
That is your Canadian men's swimming team heading to Paris. Britt, some thoughts? The names that jump out to me, Josh, Finley, and Ilya, they are at the heart of this.
They are, and I love that combination on that team of some new names, some fresh energy, some people that kind of shot out, like Tristan Yankovitz here. He was never been on a national team before this meet, so it is so fresh to see new names, but then also to have those veterans, to have someone like Jeremy Bagshaw, who's been on and off the nationals team since 2011, and now he gets a chance to go to his first Olympics.
He finished a medical degree in the time throughout all of this. 17 years he's been trying to crack the roster. He finally does. So what we're going to do here tonight is we're going to try and bring you right in the heart of all of this. Try and bring some of the swimmers over. They're getting to the end of the list here, Britt, and introducing. You can hear the crowd. I mean, look at this place. It's still packed in here.
It is packed, and I know Ramon Liendo is on his feet for every single team announcement. He is cheering, he is excited, he is pumped up, and he is just so proud to watch his son get to compete in his second Olympics.
You know, it was 3 years ago during the pandemic, the Olympic trials took place here. It was eerily silent. It was a bizarre scene in here. I was up with Maggie McNeil's parents, with Josh Liendo, with Summer McIntosh. They are so happy to finally be here to see this moment.
And normally the announcements on the last night, it takes a little bit of time. Everyone's getting frustrated in the stands. Tonight, nobody's frustrated. Everyone is just thrilled to be here. Now, some of that is because the selection committee did a really great job of making sure they were as efficient as possible. But the rest of that is truly because these fans have been waiting for, since, if we're talking about the Rio Olympics now, that's almost I was doing my math improperly, Devin. It's 8 years
been
ago.
a long week.
It's 8 years ago since we've had this full stands to announce an Olympic and Paralympic team.
I think we're getting to the end of the 29 swimmers who will be representing Canada. Swimming starts things at the Olympics in Paris. Of course, the opening ceremonies on Friday, July 26th, and then we're right into it, Britt, Saturday, July 27th.
Yeah, I mean, talk about, in a sense, right around the corner. I was actually just catching up on some other sports throughout, and I know you were as well,
Right.
but we have team announcements almost every week between now and then. It is really, within the midst. We have a few solid blocks of training for these athletes. They'll go back to their program. They'll take a reset. Hopefully they'll take at least 1 to 2 days off. I don't know, but I saw earlier, I was training in the other pool this afternoon. Just a workout, by the way. Let's call it that.
Are you making a comeback?
No. But
Are you about to be announced?
No. So I just wanted to put some context. I was in the pool. Lauren Wigginton, Sophie Angus, Kylie Moss, I know Maggie McNeil earlier. They're all doing a full workout because they're already back in the swing. If their competition is over, they're back to practices because you got to jack that up.
To that point, we're 2 months away. What do they do? What do the swimmers do from now until then?
Yeah, so everybody is acknowledged now as one team, but they do all train in different club programs, some of them in different national training centers, others at the NCAA program. So they'll all go back with their coaches. Tomorrow they'll have a lovely brunch to acknowledge it. I think John put it on our pre-show by saying, we'll celebrate in the moment, and then we move toward Paris. So they'll start to hear about the logistics, what are their travel details, what does a training camp look like, and then you'll just really grind your gears into a good, solid block of training. Unlikely that they'll rest or what we call taper again between now and then, but they'll definitely have some moments where they want to try to race fast a couple times, and then it's really all guns a-blazing until end of July.
Wow. Okay. And like you said, there's going to be a staging camp, all of that. It'll be a Maggie McNeil. The crowd goes crazy. They've got the whole kits out and everything.
Yeah, so they're all in their Lululemon tracksuits, which we'll bring on the show later, we promise. They've got the pants on and a T-shirt, and then when they go and get acknowledged, they add the jacket. And Tricia Smith, president of the Canadian Olympic Committee, is shaking their hand, as is Atkinson. There you go.
I'm wondering, John, if we can just maybe move over there at Kylie Moss and the team standing on the pool deck and soaking up the moment and waving.
Up to mom and dad, who I know, she's been done competing for 3-4 days, so they've stuck around here to be able to celebrate this moment. And a similar experience where just 3 years ago, nobody was even allowed to be in this building, let alone be a part of any sort of celebration. I'm pretty sure it was just an email that was sent out at the end. So the fact that we're able to acknowledge this team, to celebrate as one, everybody's on their feet here at the Toronto Pan Am Sports Centre.
So if you're just joining us, 29 Canadians will be representing the country in swimming at the Paris 2024 Olympics. Elia Heroux making his first Olympic team. Of course, he has parents who were in the Cirque du Soleil. He was born in Montreal, grew up in Las Vegas, a showstopper, no doubt, and it runs in his DNA.
Well, and he's already been on the mic to say he wants to contest against his teammate, Leon Marchand, who is set to be one of the stars of the Paris Olympics. Of course, they both train at ASU with the great Bob Bowman. Mary Sophie Harvey there.
With her coach, Greg. And this is interesting because I don't know, Britt, we're doing this live, how much we should be reading into that, but Greg is in full Canadian gear, and I think Brent Arkey, Summer McIntosh's coach, is on the pool deck as well. That was a conversation this week. Support staff, who's going with the swimmers.
Yeah, and often that is a decision with a little bit of, we're hearing Summer McIntosh, it's getting loud in here. So that's often a decision based on another committee, similar to how the pool team is decided. There are different ramifications they have to be within, but a lot of it happens to be after the results of this week, right? If you have 4 athletes that qualify versus 1, if you have the highest Olympic qualifying standard, that has put a little bit more weight. I know for me, in 2016, when I had a really strong meet, I qualified in the 200, the 400, and the 800 individually. My coach was put as a personal coach on the team. So it does have a little bit depending on the performances.
All right. There it is. They've gotten through all 29 swimmers who will represent Canada at the 2024 Olympics. We have talked about it. This is the golden generation for Canadian swimming. They've just been announced, and this place is going crazy.
They just announced head coach Ryan Millette. So he is a coach right at this very high performance center, Ontario, based out of the Toronto Pan Am Center. Scott Talbot was also just named. He is the high performance center Vancouver head coach. Finley Knox's coach.
And so I'm sure there's going to be a bit of pomp and pageantry here. You know, the Canadian flag in the crowd, families all standing up there. They're waving the flag right now. It is a beautiful scene when you consider that so many of these swimmers were stripped of this moment 3 years ago.
Yeah, and they're holding their boarding passes. They've got their full kit on right now. Penny is posing. Yuri's dancing. Everything is all as it should be here on the pool deck. Honestly, we've got a group of athletes that has never felt more relief, but also just pure joy in this moment, Devin. So there we see the coaches are getting their jackets as well. Dave Johnson, Linda Kiefer just got named, so that's Kylie Moss's Toronto coach. Dave Johnson coaches the Cascade Swim Club. That's currently where Rebecca Smith is training, also where Yuri Kissel is swimming. And it sounds like we have one more. Oh, Vlastimir, that is the coach of Kelsey Wog. So again, a good example of an athlete that her point score is high enough that she kind of contests herself to be able to bring her
Well,
coach.
and this is a really interesting moment, I think, as Greg, Mary Sophie Harvey's coach, gets introduced. Considering some of the headlines this week, I think this is an interesting moment for sure.
It is. And you know what? I think the thing about the coaches, we were talking a lot about the roster. We were talking a lot about the opportunities within, you know, some are surprised and some are expecting. But the coaches usually don't find out until the last night either. So it's an honor when their names get called. And we just heard Brent Arkey get announced, his first Canadian Olympic team.
From the Sarasota Sharks program, and of course that is where Summer McIntosh spends a lot of her time, most of her time, with head coach Brent Arkey. Tricia Smith, John Atkinson, they're all here.
And Mark Perry was just announced
And
as
look at
the
this.
open water coach.
Pack your bags. They have the boarding pass. Now they have the luggage. This is getting really official here, Britt.
It is. I like the look of those suitcases, and I bet there's way more coming where that came from.
How exciting is it to get the kit, the suitcase? I mean, there's a lot happening here.
Honestly, to get the outfitting is the first thing that makes it like extra real. To be able to wear that crest on your chest, to see the emblem, to see the rings, to see that Canadian flag, there's really nothing better. And also, it's just such joy going through each item by item to learn all the fun new goodies that you have.
Fashion show tonight. So, you know, it can't get lost on us. I know you've done it, but I love a moment like this when an athlete wakes up on a day that they have been working their life for this.
Well, and Devin, we also saw earlier in the program, for some people, this was their last meet of their life. Oh, we're chanting in here. Go, Canada, go. They've got the crowd going. I'm sorry about my voice, everybody. You do not need to hear this. But yes, some of these athletes come to these trials. If they make the team, they continue through. I know Jeremy Bagshaw, a great example. He has a full plan for next year. He's got to move on. He's held on to this dream for long enough, and he is so happy to be able to see it live. But, you know, there's some athletes that this was the end of the road for them.
Life after swimming, no doubt. But they have work to do in Paris. The parents, the family, everybody here, you said it, they'll have a brunch to celebrate tomorrow. The luggage is being rolled out here. We're going to try and grab some of the swimmers, so stay with us here.
They just got their team picture, and then they'll hopefully come on down. Devin, what's your highlight been this week so far of the trials?
You
Not
know,
so far. They're done, by the way.
So far.
They're done. Devin, it's been a week on the pool deck. What's your highlight?
Yeah, it's all a blur, first of all. Second of all, as somebody that's been around the program now, and thank goodness for you, because you have guided me throughout all of this, it's just really beautiful to see our athletes rising to the occasion, more than anything to me, feeling like they belong. I think there was a time when we were trying to convince ourselves that we could actually compete on the big stage. And to see the attitude, the atmosphere around this program, feel as though, no, like you said, to start, not only are we going to the games, but we are a force now. To me, that is the most beautiful thing out of all of this.
Yeah, and I think John put it well when we were talking about the men's depth of the program, right? With that 100 freestyle, we've never seen 4 athletes that
Right.
fast. And I always ask, when my colleagues ask me, our lovely team at CBC Sports, Britt, what are these men's relays going to look like? Until we watched them race this week, I didn't really
know.
have an answer,
Yeah.
right? But now we have a marking point. Now we have a place where we can compare. Now we know approximately what they're capable of doing, and it's only going to get better from here.
Well, the party will hit high gear, no doubt. As Sydney Pickram told me after her race, she just wants to have a beer with her mom. I'm sure that's the feeling for some of those who are legal, we should say,
Yes,
because
yes.
for Summer McIntosh, that isn't the case. But it will be a celebration, and they will get to soak up for a little bit this moment.
Yeah, no, absolutely they will. And we've seen this week, the joys of triumph and heroism when you haven't necessarily been able to achieve your dreams in the past. And then we also see some moments of disappointment. And that's what kind of brings me full circle to these trials, because I've had those moments in my career where I've been able to see a dream lived, and then a very close friend of mine or a teammate or someone I really care about unfortunately wasn't able to. So you really rally around these crew as a team.
They're coming to pick up their luggage, so we'll move it right over here. Penny Alexiak picking up another bag for the Olympics, now
How
boarding.
do we feel? Penny, how do you like your outfit?
I'm kind of loving it.
You're loving it?
Feel drippy.
Drippy. The word to describe, drippy. Drippy. Well, thank you so much.
Congratulations,
Come on through.
Penny.
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy for you. Everybody, this is Apollo Hess. Did you find out just today about your nomination to the team?
Yeah, at about 6:45 p.m.
No way.
I met John in the bathroom.
Oh my gosh. So Apollo came second in the 100 breaststroke, not under the standard, but he gets to go as a relay swimmer in the morning, I'm assuming, or obviously if he goes fast enough, he gets to swim it at night too.
Yeah.
Congratulations. We're so happy for you.
Apollo,
so much.
real
This
quickly, we didn't talk to you this week. Who are you thinking of in a moment like this? Who supported you and fueled your Olympic dream?
There's honestly too many people to thank right now, but for sure my mom. I love you, Mom. My brothers, my boys. You know who you are. Everybody that's just been there for me. Yeah.
Apollo was the pronghorn. If anyone tuned in, I was learning about what the
I heard-
pronghorn.
I
Oh,
heard-
did you? I was learning about what the pronghorns.
A little deer.
There you go. There you go. But you took that time off your program at school to take this year to train for this exact dream.
Yeah.
And now you're here living it. How do
Yeah.
you describe that?
Honestly, this is a dream come true. Sounds cliche, but I don't know. I still think I'm gonna wake up at some point and wake up from a dream. So yeah, I couldn't be happier. Yeah.
Well, soak in this moment. You deserve it all.
Outstanding. Well
Thank
done.
you so much.
Congratulations. Hey, now boarding for Paris.
Oh
You're
my
ready to go right
goodness,
now.
team! Yeah, come on in. Who wants to chat? Okay, describe our outfits head to toe. What are we feeling like in our Lululemon?
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10? Yes.
Okay.
I want to know what's in the bag.
I have no idea either.
Let's have can we have a reveal?
Oh, unboxing. We have an official unboxing. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's full.
That thing
It's
is
full.
loaded.
Don't try to open that. Don't try to open that. Javi, what was your highlight of the week?
Highlight of the week? Watching all of these guys making the Olympics. It's sick, right? It's awesome. So, okay, all right.
It's a bag in a bag. Reporting from Sydney, it's a bag in a bag.
Yeah.
Okay, so watching all your friends, getting to come together
Of course.
is a big highlight for you.
Yeah, go Dogs.
Go Dogs. Go Dogs. We always
Keep it rolling. Congratulations, everyone.
Hello.
Hi.
We got the okay, can you describe your Spider-Man outfit for us?
Yeah, so basically, one of my friends got me a Spider-Man jersey, and it's reversible. And I said, you know what? I'm going to wear this. And so I wore it.
And it brought good vibes.
Yeah.
It got you to the Olympics.
Yeah.
So Spider-Man is your alter ego?
I can't say that, actually.
Oh, he can't say that. Okay.
Let's keep her moving.
Okay.
Congratulations,
Thank you.
Lauren.
Congratulations.
We'll get you over there so we can
To see you.
maneuver around. You want a limbo, Finn?
Yeah,
You want a limbo under there? There you go. Summer, we'll get you in here, and then you guys can get out of here. Hey, congratulations to both of you. Has it hit you? I mean, we didn't get this excitement and this celebration 3 years ago.
No, it was obviously a lot different back in 2021, but they definitely killed it this year with all the extra what they did for trials, and it definitely set in on day one when we walked in to compete. So
Awesome, Finn.
And like now that you have the gear officially on, does this feel any more real?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, to have this on is such an honor, and to get all those photos with Team Canada, I think this summer is really shaping up to be a great one.
29 of you going to represent Canada. Congratulations. We can't wait to watch you guys. Okay.
Enjoy your night.
Yes.
Celebrate and
Celebrate,
enjoy.
enjoy it.
Yes.
Okay, awesome, guys.
Let it soak in. Jeremy Bagshaw!
Jeremy
It's
Bagshaw.
official. Congratulations. We've spoken about you quite a lot, Jer, and how much this moment was a work in progress, let's call it that.
Yeah.
And now on Sunday, it's official. What does it feel to be in this gear?
It's so nice. It's nice being on this side of the pool and being able to like enjoy and look at the crowd as opposed to sitting on the crowd and looking in. So it's really nice being on this side of the pool.
Well, I think it sets in, and that becomes a reality, right? All the teammates that are here supporting the people that they work so hard to train alongside of you. Unfortunately, for some, it is disappointment, and it is that heartbreak, and you felt that before, and now you're standing there to be able to feel the joy. And I mean, you guys looked the part. You've got your boarding pass. You're going to the Olympic Games.
I can't believe it. It still hasn't quite set in yet, but it's still so nice. Yeah, I can't wait for the summer, and I hope we can do Canada proud. And I know we will, especially the men's and women's team. I think we're looking really good, and I'm so excited for what's to come.
And is there anybody back at home that you wanted to acknowledge in this moment?
Yeah, I definitely want to thank my parents, Erica as well, my girlfriend. She's been there supporting me for the past 8 years as well, and especially my parents. They've been there the whole way, my whole swimming career, all those early mornings and everything. This is for everybody that's kind of helped me. I didn't do this by myself, and it's everybody, friends and family as well. Everybody, you guys know who you are. It's for you guys.
Do we call you Dr. Bagshaw?
I don't know. It still sounds a little weird, but we'll have to wait until maybe once I'm done residency, then we can work on that. Yeah.
Outstanding.
Have a specialty yet? Do you decide that yet, or are you too early in the...
Still early, but my plan is to do family medicine. Oh, amazing. Yeah.
An Olympian,
It's gonna be saving
doctor.
lives.
What can't he do? Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank
Soak
you.
up your night. Take it all in. We're so incredibly proud of you.
Thank you.
Mary
Thank you.
Sophie Harvey, come on in.
Okay, Mary
Look
Sophie.
at these kids.
You look great. Describe what you're wearing.
So this is made by Lulu. So is this one. And then I'm rocking the Lulu pants again.
There you go. So head to toe Lululemon.
Yes.
And how does it make you feel?
Great. I mean, who doesn't love Lulu?
Well,
I think
and you're,
we're going to be like the best one.
you are probably going to
Out
be
there.
the best dressed. Now, we talked about how when you qualified for the Tokyo Games,
Yeah.
it didn't quite look like this. So how much different does this one feel?
Oh my gosh, so much different. I mean, after the first day, it was just like such a huge relief. I remember in 2021, there was a celebration. Well, there was no celebration actually. And I went back with Claude and we went out for dinner and it was just like us crying because I didn't think I'd made it. And then after the dinner, actually, John called me and he was like, what do you say we get you a ticket for Tokyo?
Oh
And I was crying in the parking lot, and I was by myself because everyone had left. And then I just called everyone. And I was really happy, but like to know that I've like made my spot and in multiple events, like I can't ask for.
And you swam so well, Mary Sophie. What do you do from now till Paris? I mean, you're going to enjoy this, but then the work hits high gear again.
I know. I was like really looking forward to this meet and see what I'm going to qualify in, so then I can focus on that. So I'm going to focus on some freestyle, and I think it's going to be really good. And I'm really excited to improve from now until the summer.
You should be really proud. You were so great all week, so we can't wait to watch you swim in Paris.
Thank you.
Soak up this moment. Enjoy it all. We'll see you there.
We'll see you there. Awesome. Really nice scenes. Okay, listen, we're now into the Paralympic team announcement, and we
Are we
have
gonna,
it right here.
We're going to drop the roster.
We're going to drop the roster.
Okay.
I'm going to let you do the honors.
Wow.
Let's start with the women. We are anchored by some veterans on this
We
team.
are.
So, Britt, let's meet our Paralympic team headed to Paris.
Okay, so we're starting off Katie Cosgriff, Danielle Doris, Sabrina Duchesne, Nikita Enns, Ariana Hunsaker, Mary Jibb, Shelby Newkirk, Aurelie Rivard, Tess Routliff, Katarina Roxon, Abby Tripp, Emma Grace Van Dyck, and Ali Van Wyk-Smart.
That is your Canadian women's Paralympic team heading to compete in the Games for Canada. I've lost count of how many Canadian records these
Oh my
swimmers
goodness.
broke this week.
I mean, Aurélie Rivard alone
right.
has pretty much everything to her resume, but she gets to go to her 4th Paralympics.
Yeah.
Talk about leadership, to have some support on the team that knows what it's like to have been there and can help encourage the next generation forward.
Outstanding. All right, let's meet the men's Paralympic team heading to Paris. There will be a total of 20 Paralympic swimmers for Canada, the men's team right now.
Okay, we have Nicholas Bennett, broke some world records this week. We also have Alec Elliott, Fernando Liu, Sebastian Masabi, Reed Maxwell, Nicholas Guy Turbide, Philippe Vachon.
The men's Canadian Paralympic team that will be in the pool in Paris this summer.
20 athletes, I believe, was the total.
20 total.
Athletes.
What a powerhouse team this is. And you know what I love about this team is we see a mix of veterans, first-timers. Reed Maxwell, 4 Canadian records
And he's
this week.
16
He's
years
16.
old. He's
Yeah.
also got quite the flow, so if he passes by, we'll make sure we keep you posted on that one. But quite the hairdo on him.
You know what I love also is there was so much made, and we talked about it a lot. The fact that the Olympic program and Paralympic program, they were integrated throughout all of this. It really put a spotlight on the Paralympic swimmers. Aurélie Rivard started things in the pool tonight. This place was packed. Everybody saw what they're capable of.
Yeah, and we're way done with the days of it being 2 separate sessions.
Right.
These athletes are one team. They're being acknowledged one after another. And it also is great because they're getting their kits all together. They all look like one unified team. And it's so exciting as fans and as just appreciators of sport to be able to watch it all go down.
And you aptly pointed out the other day when they were doing the medal celebrations, there were able-bodied swimmers and para-swimmers celebrating. They were aware of what each other were doing throughout this event, and that just builds a team.
Oh, and they've been tuning into both finals. They've continued to support one another. They will have their meetings tomorrow and acknowledged at brunch together. It is one team, Canada, and I think that's the beautiful part about it. And of course, now when they go to the games, although not there at the same time, they'll be able to guide each other. They'll be able to watch each other and know, I know Nick Bennett swims the 2 free 2 IM, like that, because I watched him swim that. And that is what our national team members can do on both ends. And I think that's really special.
And for the first time in Canadian history, an Olympic medal is going to be the same as a Paralympic medal. That's a Money for Medal initiative, and that was something that happened just a couple of months ago. Sanjay Malavia stepping up big time to deliver that news. $25,000 for a gold, $20,000 for a silver, $15,000 for a bronze.
And Dev, these are, for the most part, amateur athletes.
Right.
Most of our Olympic and Paralympic athletes, it's not about making money. It's about making it through your training. So for so many, this is a life-changing amount. I'm not kidding. This gets them a whole year's worth of groceries or a whole year's worth of rent, or it potentially gets them, I know for me, I needed the physio, the massage, all of the things to bring you to high performance to the level you need to be. That's what costs.
It extends careers.
It does.
Right?
Absolutely. The fact that you have funding.
Yeah.
I mean, also just this is swimming, of course, but we're talking about summer and winter sport where these initiatives have been created. I know for the bobsleigh athletes to have to travel, the equipment abroad, I think a lot of people assume that Olympic and Paralympic athletes are doing well for themselves, and these are dreams that have chased just solely by a goal and just solely because they care and just because they have the passion for their sport. And that is the motivation behind it, and it's great to see it acknowledged that they could potentially be successful as a job.
I think of somebody like Aurélie Rivard, a 10-time Paralympic medalist, she might be cashing in. Nicholas Bennett might be cashing in this summer.
Oh, yeah. And that's nothing they were ever able to consider before this week and this month and this year.
And it was never about the money. I mean, they said, we just want that symbolic representation that an Olympic medal is the same as a Paralympic medal. That is now the case. As we take a look at the team that's gathering here, the suitcases are also being rolled out here. Just a really beautiful scene tonight at the Toronto Pan Am Sports Centre as we learn the 29 Canadian Olympic swimmers, and you're taking a look at the 20 Paralympic swimmers, that fresh kit, that Lululemon kit that they will be wearing at the Games in Paris this summer.
And if the Olympic team had anything to say from it, they seem pretty happy with the gear that they're wearing. They feel good. They feel confident. They were showing off their new gear.
And there's Fernando Liu, who I had the chance to get to meet at the Para-Pan Am Games, 16 years old. He became a Para-Pan Am Games champion. So from that in Santiago, Chile, to the pool at the Pan Am Sports Center, to Paris. This is just incredible. There's a number of 16-year-olds.
Well, I think one thing that's good to bring up is the fact that both the Pan Am Games and the Para-Pan Am Games were more known for development teams. So if an athlete made their way from that Para-Pan Am's team, that means they were kind of on the outside looking in when it came to the Paralympics. So if they came this week and qualified, that was way outside of expectation, which you always love to watch happen.
They're bringing out a bunch of stuff here. It is a celebration, no doubt. People still here enjoying this. I have to say, seeing the joy and the emotion inside this building tonight from the parents. I mean, your parents were here tonight.
I think they might still be, although I told them it was definitely okay if they wanted to leave at this point. But yes, there was a huge alumni celebration. The crowds were packed. There was an acknowledgement before the final session. And I think to me, of course, it was fun to get the chance to meet a couple of the alumni and to celebrate as one. But I also loved that, past celebrating the future and past celebrating the present, and knowing that they are now going to Paris with a team of, I don't know, there's probably 40 or 50 of us just tonight alone. But of course, so many other alumni that will be cheering them on and supporting them. And it really is this very small knit community. I mean, there's really less than 0.000% of people. I have to put a number in there eventually, 0.001% that have had the chance to go to the Olympic or Paralympic Games. So to see it happen in front of you, to know that you have people that have been there that can maybe guide you and inspire you. And as you mentioned, this is the highlight of our swim team right now. So I know us as alumni are just incredibly honored to be able to celebrate them here in person.
There you see Haley Bennett, the sister of Nicholas Bennett, being introduced to the coaching staff, which is such a wonderful nod and tip of the cap and move for her, because all week we've heard Nicholas Bennett say, without my sister, I'm not here. And so she will be a part of the coaching staff. We're winding down. They're going to take a team photo. They'll get their gear. We'll talk to a couple of the athletes, and then that is going to be a wrap from the Toronto Pan Am Sports Centre. 7 days of extraordinary competition here. This has been quite the success, I would say.
Oh, for sure. And it was hard to be able to predict exactly where people were at. But I know on this Paralympic program as well, there's so many names that I not only have recognized from their previous success, but now get the chance to take a look at their time. What is it going to look like in a month? What is it going to look like in 2 months? Something that's important to acknowledge, too, the Paralympics are almost a full month after the Olympics.
Right.
There is about 2.5 weeks between the last day of the Olympics and the opening ceremonies of the Paralympics. I know you'll be tuned in to both and enjoying your time in Paris with running around with your massive 18 different hats. I'm sure, what do we call it? Cereal bowls of coffee?
Cereal bowls of coffee, yes.
Is there 7-Elevens in Paris? Or?
I've been asked that many times. I think I need to go over there on a scouting trip before.
You might.
Yeah.
Electrolytes, remember, electrolytes.
I'm going to Italy in between.
Oh, that's fun.
A little vacation.
Love it. You need a few days to reset so you can be your best self for the Paralympics.
Yeah, it's about 17 days in between.
Right. And I think that's important to acknowledge, because when we talked a lot about these athletes' preparation, and we counted down 100 days. Now
100 days to the Paralympics tomorrow.
Yeah. I was going to say, we counted down 100 days
I
of the
got
Olympics
excited.
a couple weeks ago, and now we're already at the 100-day mark to the Paralympics tomorrow. Not to bury the lead, but it truly is, it feels like yesterday where we just announced that 100 days to the Olympics, and we're already at the point where it's 100 days to the Paralympics.
So the countdown is on. The swimmers are ready. What a time in Canadian sports. I can't remember a time there's been this much excitement around a summer team going to a games.
So much excitement, Devin. And if you're watching at home, make sure you're commenting what athlete you're most excited about that you found out that made the roster. Of course, on this Paralympic program, we've gotten to see athletes that are under that A qualifying time, but that only brought us to 11. So tonight, the announcement really is a whole new team that's been, unveiled in front of our eyes, right?
People were learning.
Yeah. Well, we heard Apollo say he found out at 6:45 by bumping into John Atkinson. So
In the bathroom.
I mean, talk about moments that you remember. Mary Sophie says she was at dinner crying when she
parking
got her
lot.
call
Yeah.
from 3 years ago. So I think, please comment back home who you're most excited to cheer for this summer. Let us know your highlight of the week. Let us know, of course, what you want to see between now and Paris, because we're all over
Well,
it.
that's my question for you. You asked me, what was your highlight?
I honestly think I have to say that Jeremy Bagshaw moment, and it's more because I got to the honor of being his teammate. My first or second World Championships, I guess, 2013 in Barcelona. He was on the team there, and he was a rising star. And to know how many times he got this close, he was also that moment when he said, I missed the team the last time by the 4/100ths of a second, and that's how much he made the team by this time. It was like the rush of emotions that I felt. And I know the army that he mentioned that's been behind him to get here. And the fact that he chased his dream and he went to medical school at the same time, he did not give up. He did not back down. And you can do it all. And I think it's also an important reminder for us back home that you can do it all. You could do school and you can do swimming.
The redemptive power of sport. We love it. We've seen it all. Resilience, perseverance, and the Paralympic team getting their luggage now. They've got their boarding passes. Tess.
Come on in for a second. Do a limbo.
Hey.
We're live on the YouTube. On the YouTube.
On the YouTube. They're calling it the YouTube.
On the interweb. I don't know if you've heard of it. Describe your outfit. How does this make you feel?
I mean, I love the fit. Come on. It's a perfect red. It's not too bright. It's perfectly, I love it.
And does this feel more official now that you're officially holding your upside down boarding pass? She's got her boarding pass. She's got her outfit on. What does it feel like to be announced as a team? We acknowledged that this last time, it wasn't a big celebration. You all were all dealing with the pandemic at the time. So what does it feel like to be acknowledged as a team?
I mean, I think the acknowledgement's huge. I think we're thrilled to be able to be naming the team this year. And it's been 8 years since I've been on a team officially, and so I'm excited.
Good. And you've set multiple personal bests this week, multiple Canadian records. Talk forward now. What is the goal going towards the summer?
I have some pretty big goals for the summer. Me and my coach, Simon, have been working really hard. And, we want to be on that podium a few times.
I love it. You heard it here first.
We love to hear it. Congratulations, Tess.
Enjoy this
awesome.
moment. Celebrate with your loved ones. Thank you.
All right. Let's go to Danielle Doris, and then Reed, we're coming to you for one final chat in a second. Danielle, you're going to the Paralympic Games to defend a title. How are you feeling?
I'm very excited. I am planning on beating my world record there, so I'm very excited to try to do that and make it a lot harder for people to beat in the future.
You've heard a lot here first, but that was a fun one. Talk about where you developed that confidence. We've said in swimming, you don't necessarily hear people say, I'm gunning for that world record. How does that help motivate you internally?
Right. I think for me, at least, just knowing that I've done it before, like in Tokyo, I did beat it twice in a day. So I think going into Paris, trying to do that again, I think that's the main goal, and I'm very excited to try to do that. And I just want to go there and have fun and just have a great time.
They're celebrating in New Brunswick. Who do you want to give a shout out to in this proud moment for you?
Oh, I want to give a shout out to my family who are always there supporting me, my teammates back at home who help me train, just pretty much the entire province. I'm just very, very proud to be representing New Brunswick.
Outstanding, Danielle.
Congratulations. We wish you all the best this summer.
Go
have fun.
See you in Paris.
Yeah, go have fun.
All right,
Come on
Reed.
in, Reed.
I've talked to Reed about 4 times
Okay,
this week.
I haven't yet. Reed, the first thing I want to do, tell me about the inspiration behind your haircut. Have you always had long curls? Is that the look? Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. So do you feel it when you're in the water in your cap, or does that work well
That
for
is
you?
there's a whole frustration thing that goes with it.
Okay.
It does not work with caps.
Okay. Do you have
No,
to pin
it's,
it up and put it in a hair elastic, or?
No, it's generally just like racing. It's not bad. Training, it's really rough dealing with the hair. It doesn't like
It has
going
a mind
in a
of its
cap.
own.
Yeah,
It has a mind of its own.
it doesn't like some caps.
This moment, I know Devin spoke to you quite a few times this week. You've set multiple Canadian records. You just qualified for your first Paralympic Games at only 16 years old. Was this on your radar that this was a goal, a year ago, 2 years ago?
Honestly, it's been a goal since I was little. So I've always just wanted to make the Olympic team. I started realizing that it could be a possibility this year, not terribly long ago, a little bit ago, but honestly, it's a goal that I've always been thinking about, and I'm just happy it's happening now.
Who's watching, Reed? Who's helped you get to this moment?
Honestly, my family, my teammates, everyone here was great. Like, everyone's helped. So, thank you to everyone, I guess.
You're going to Paris.
Woo!
Thank you.
We'll be wishing you the best of luck. Enjoy the moment. I know as a former athlete, I always just say there's some that we take moments for granted. So I hope you soak up this accomplishment and acknowledge how amazing it is that you're here today and what you've accomplished already at only 16 years of age. It's something that most people will never do.
We can't wait to watch you do your thing in Paris.
Congratulations.
Awesome. Well
Enjoy
done.
the night.
Enjoy it. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Special stuff here.
It is.
First timers, fourth timers, everything in between. Do the math. 49 Canadians are going to Paris. They'll be in the pool, and they will be gunning for the podium. Brittany, MacLean.
It's been an honor to share the pool deck with you, Dev. I hope everyone at home has sensed our excitement because we've loved every minute of it, and we cannot wait to cheer on these athletes to Paris.
All right, we are close. We're counting down to the Olympics. Of course, 100 days out from the Paralympics tomorrow. You can watch it all on your official Olympic broadcaster, CBC. We'll get started with the opening ceremony in Paris on July 26th. That's a wrap from the pool deck here at the Toronto. That's a cut at the Toronto Pan Am Sports Centre.
Paris in the summer, where hearts turn to gold. It's gonna be a wild ride. Everyone's invited from the city of light, the city of love.
Catchberg lets it fly. Goal for Maggie McNeil.
And CBC and Gem have you covered, coast to coast to coast, to the hot Paris sun. The world comes alive in a global act of unity.
Julia Grosso to win it for Canada! Canada gold! Nobody will catch him today.
Cameron Rogers, the world champion.
It all begins July 26th.
This is a performance for the history books.
Find the light, and you'll feel the love. Be the love, and you'll see the light.
Here comes DeGrasse, accelerating, goal for Canada. It is Summer McIntosh.
Summer's gonna be popping. Let's go!